So what can we expect with this season? What's new? What's different?
Well, this season, what I love about this show is that we're going somewhere. It's not another season of, let's pull up another hack and have all these things get in our way. We really come back, a month after when we left off and see the aftermath and what happens next and dealing with the consequences of what we did and really trying to figure it out. And for Darlene, I'm so excited for the season 2 because we really get to see a lot more of her now that we kind of know who she really is. So we really get to find out about who she is emotionally and why she's doing what she's doing and just find out a lot more about her and her past and her just trying to take control.
What do you think the show is about and what are the messages?
I think underneath all the hacking and technology of it all, it's really about human relationships and emotion and loneliness and trying to navigate that in our world today. I think a lot of the commentary on it says stuff that a lot of people are thinking but hasn't been put out in a public platform in that way. I loved last night Elliot's speech about God and I think it's honest, and I think we're all trying to find some sort of honesty in this world today, and I think that's one of the reasons why people have responded to it is because it's not, we don't just try and do a hack and it's successful and so unrealistic. We always fail. We always have to try it again. We talk so much about loneliness. We're all very damaged. We're real humans, and no one has it really figured out. And people get to see. We don't really get to see the struggle that humans go through on TV on a day-to-day basis. And I think it's a lot about just figuring it all out.
And you mentioned that you're taking kind of control this season, so is this going to be stepping up into more of a kind of the leadership position for the movement?
Yeah. It was her and Elliot that started F Society. We also get to see kind of how that got started. And since he's, at our moms and trying to get off the grid and do all of that, and the other members are kind of backing out with fear that there's no other option but for her to take the lead and take the reins, given that they kind of left the world in shambles after the hack went through, and the only other option there is to either peace out or follow it through and get the result that we were trying to get. And so she's the only option for who's to step up, and this is something that she clearly very strongly believes in and is gonna fix and make happen, and not just leave the world as is and be the monster, because then she would be even worse than Evil Corp is.
The reveal that she was his sister was actually the biggest surprise to me. Didn't see that one coming at all. Did you know that from the beginning, or was that a surprise to you?
I knew from the beginning, and it was so hard at first because everyone was like, who the hell is this girl, and why is she so crazy, and why is she in a shower, and what does she do, and it was so hard to be just wait. And I was so excited for that to come out because finally everyone was like, oh, okay, now I get it. But I knew that from the get-go. I think it would have, I always say it would have been interesting if Rami had no idea. But for me, if I didn't know that, I would have played everything between him and I so differently. And it's such a specific relationship, and it allows you to be able to go back and watch all of them and go, oh, right, okay, they are siblings. She is treating him like that. So, it would have been a big disservice if he didn't tell me.
Which makes me think, especially as the show has exploded in popularity, and obviously, you guys know certain things that you definitely can't tell. How hard is it for you just on a personal level with people wanting to know what's happening and you can't say anything? How tough is that?
Sometimes it's hard, but also it's so exciting to be like, I know that you don't. But this season is so good, and I'm so excited for everyone to see that it's hard not to just be like, guess what? But it makes it's part of the fun of it. But it's definitely hard, like with my boyfriend when I'd be at work and be like, you have no idea what I'm doing right now, and not be able to tell him or like what my experience was like, or like why I'm so depressed or anything like that. But it makes it so much more fun to watch everybody else watch it and like freak out and get really excited.
What was the first time you kind of realized how relevant or impactful the themes of the show are to the fans?
But they've done some front. It says
I think from the start we did the pilot before the Sony hack, and then when that came out, it was like, whoa, hacking is now like coming to fruition in this world. But I think the biggest instance was when we did it for the finale, and when we had to push the finale because of what happened that same day. Was just like kind of, there had been so many other things, but that was just really kind of the like whoa moment. But yeah, I mean, I just think I feel like Sam can predict the future somehow. And when he called me to tell me that they were pushing the episode, I was like, you should write an episode where like we just have world peace and everybody gets along and there's no violence and like life's great.
in which it starts off with
Great.
Cool. Right here.
Thanks.